to everyone who will be watching. My name is Tempest, and this is how I make my pot roast and my turnip greens. Very easy recipe, very easy to follow along, and I hope you enjoy it. So first I'm going to start off by cleaning my greens, and as you can see, I'm peeling everything apart and preparing for it to be cleansed with the vinegar and baking soda. I did not use salt. I know a lot of people use salt. That's something that I don't use as far as the cleaning process, but of course towards like flavoring I'll use a little salt. But I felt as if the baking soda and the vinegar was enough, and it always turns out pretty good. No bugs, dirt, rocks, none of that. So this is something that I've been using for a while when it comes to cleaning my greens. This was actually my first time making turnip greens. I made collard greens before, but this is my first time making them. They turned out so good. But I'm gonna add some baking soda, vinegar, and I'm gonna do a lot of different washing techniques. So for this cleaning process, I did not use gloves. My hands are clean. I did wash my hands throughout the whole video, but I felt as if this was a recipe to where I had to get all the way in, and using the gloves will, I don't know, it just takes away from this type of meal. When you clean greens, even back in the day, that was like the last thing that they used were gloves. So just like I said, I did keep my hands washed throughout this video, and no, I did not use any gloves just because I wanted to actually feel for the gravel and everything that comes with, you know, peeling and cleaning greens, and I felt as if this was the best way to go about that. So after about my 5th or 6th wash, I take all of the turnip greens and I put them into a bowl with vinegar water, and then I transfer from the bowl into the strainer. The strainer is being used because I want to make sure nothing else is inside, no residue, as far as what I mentioned in the beginning. Make sure they're nice and clean and ready to be cooked. So after my greens were nice and clean, I added them to a pot of boiling water. I added about 6 cups of water and then 2 cups of the broth from the pot roast that I will be making. It was so good. I also added some mustard to it. Turned out amazing. Now here I'm beginning to start on my pot roast, and as you can see, I'm poking holes into it. Now this is something I've seen my dad do ever since I was a little girl. He poked holes into his steaks and his other red meats, and I never asked him, now that I think about it, I never asked him why he done that, but this is something I do to all my red meats before I begin to season them or marinate them. So once I was finished seasoning, I added about 4 cups of water and began to boil the meat in order to create the broth that I had shown in the beginning. After letting the beef simmer on low heat, just for a little while, I didn't cook the whole thing, it just was to create a broth. And once I did that, I began to prepare the meat for the oven. I added some butter and some onions and some garlic, of course, for flavor. And I let that cook on about 375 for about 2.5 hours, I believe. I wish I could remember the exact time, but I don't. I did not record the time. But that's basically what I did here. As far as the filming for the potato salad, I thought that I was recording and only ended up recording a very small amount of what I did to create my potato salad. And so yeah, maybe I'll do another video on how to do this potato salad. After letting the roast cook for quite a while, I think about 2 hours on 375, like I had mentioned, this was the end result. It was so good. I paired it with some rice and then of course the greens. And yeah, this is my finished product for a Sunday dinner. And hope you enjoy it. I will be making other videos. This is like my first real video. And yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching.